Good evening and welcome to our presentation. My name is Mark Shoesmith and I'll be your narrator for tonight. Let me introduce our team. We have Justin Jia, Stephen Vuong, Peter Tran, Christopher Berezowski, and Andrew Muir. Tonight we'll be doing a case presentation on TELUS IOT. We have a great agenda for you tonight. First, we'll begin by explaining what the Internet of Things is. Then we'll talk about the background of TELUS. Next, the problem that TELUS is currently facing and needs to resolve. Then we'll analyze the different possible solutions. And then we'll finish with a recommendation and a Q&A session. Now I know what you're saying. What is IoT? What does IoT stand for? I didn't even read the case. Well, guess what? Good news. We're here to explain everything to you. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. IoT is the acronym for Internet of Things. Wikipedia defines it as the interworking of physical devices embedded with electronics that enable these devices to collect and transmit data. Now that we know what it is, let's move on to some examples. Some of you may have home security systems that provide real-time notifications of incidents, including intrusion, fire, flood, or carbon monoxide levels. Fleet management, another example of IoT. Vehicles have the ability to transmit their position in real time to the head office. Pipelines using leak detection systems, able to notify the head office in the event of an emergency. And our final example is asset tracking, devices that can tell you exactly where in the world they are at any given point in time. Now let's get back to TELUS. We still have to tell you about their story. TELUS has been a trailblazer in the IoT segment. They're the first to launch an IoT marketplace nationwide. This allows solution providers to market their products, while TELUS salespeople help customers identify the perfect solutions for their needs. TELUS doesn't just let anybody into their marketplace. Companies must apply. They're graded on quality of the solution, potential demand, and ease of conducting business with this provider. TELUS doesn't grant exclusivity to their marketplace. Thus, competition exists within the market. TELUS has two major competitors, Bell and Rogers, neither of which have yet to establish their own marketplace. TELUS is forecasting that in the next 2 years, 30% more companies are going to be investing in IoT. That's $21 billion in new revenue. TELUS has adopted a go big or go home attitude towards IoT. Their strategy is divided into two layers. The first is technical, focusing on data intelligence supported by TELUS's Internet data centers. Future HexNet and enhanced network capacity are required upgrades down the line. The second layer to TELUS's plan is operational. This consists of 3 pillars. First, an experienced team to help customers extract the full benefit of their IoT solution. Second, TELUS wants to have the best products to encourage adaptation. And third, simplification of IT. Be the easiest provider to help deploy products. One of the greatest philosophers of the 21st century, Puff Daddy, coined it best: mo money, mo problems. And let me tell you, TELUS has some first world problems. Let's dive in. Meanwhile, in 2016 at the TELUS headquarters, "Now, Pam, this IoT thing is really taking off. We need to sit down and seriously think about our strategy." Well, Stephen, do you care to elaborate a bit on that?
Of course, Pam. Don't be silly. How else am I going to justify my outrageous salary? Our first option is to reduce the number of solutions in the marketplace. Our second option is to open up the floodgates, make the marketplace like an app store. And our third option would be a middle of the road, call it a hybrid solution.
Well, Stephen, I don't think I like number 2. What should we do?
That's a good question. I only work here, I don't know. Maybe we can find somebody else that can help us.
Pam, Stephen, we've heard your call for help. I mean, why do the work when you can hire somebody for free? Let's analyze the situation and figure it out for you. Now remember, guys, don't tell them the answers that they want to hear. Tell them what they need to hear.
Hey Justin, let's look through some of these solutions.
Sounds like a great idea, Andrew.
First, let's look at option number 1, the benefits of reducing the number of solutions available. The first benefit of reducing the number of solutions is in streamlining the number of support and sales staff, reducing the amount of fixed costs. The second benefit is an increase in customer intimacy through a smaller portfolio of specialized offerings. The final benefit is better control over final solution quality for TELUS. Now let's look at some drawbacks of solution number 1. The first major drawback is considering forward and backwards compatibility of solutions that are offered. The next issue to consider is losing market share through a reduced number of solutions. The final drawback is the increased analytic cost due to analyzing key performance indicators on existing and upcoming solutions.
Wow, Andrew, that was some interesting information. How about the next one? Tell me about the option number 2.
Sounds good, Stephen. Let me take from here. Now let's talk about the benefits of option number 2. Convert the marketplace into an app store-like platform with unlimited solutions and minimum marketing support. TELUS can reach new markets by offering unlimited number of solutions. Secondly, TELUS will increase their revenue through greater number of sales of revenue streams and advertising spaces. Finally, this will reduce TELUS's staffing and training costs with the minimum customer service requirements. Now we move on to the drawbacks. The App Store distances TELUS's touch and lead to a poor customer service standard. Due to the lower quality control, this will hurt marketplace's reputation. Finally, TELUS will not be able to differentiate their marketplace from their competitors.
Wow, Justin, that was an amazing analysis. Thank you.
Well, just hold your digital horses because we're not done yet. The third option and recommended solution is for TELUS to implement a hybrid model. In this model, TELUS would keep the number of solutions stable while creating an open space digital sandbox environment for new solutions to be offered and tested in a real working space. The first benefit is this model will maintain TELUS's 3 pillars of strength, which are customer intimacy, top quality solutions, and a reputation as a market leader. The digital sandbox will drive demand for innovation and create an inherent design lifecycle for all solutions. The third benefit is a limitation on the bargaining power of suppliers. Developers will have to meet TELUS's strict quality standards in order to participate in the digital sandbox platform. There are some drawbacks to the hybrid model. There are very real, upfront, financial and time constraints involved in developing a sandbox platform as well as developing new business processes. The additional downside is the increased training overhead cost due to the more complex nature of a hybrid model. Finally, there will be increased analytics cost due to analyzing key performance indicators on existing and upcoming solutions.
Pam, Stephen, so there you have it, an overview of all the different options and a recommendation on the hybrid solution.
Well, good work, boys. You probably made the company a ton of money and saved us a bunch, too. I don't know how I could ever thank you.
You could give us a little cut?
Nah.
No, definitely not, but maybe we can give you some sort of reference. You guys did actually walk the talk.
Walk the talk, walk the talk, walk the talk!
Boys, don't be disappointed that you weren't compensated financially. You learned lessons far beyond what money could ever provide. Plus, you've restored the credibility to the Haskane name. You're right, Shiraz. We did learn a lot. That's a great way of looking at it. Okay, boys, we've got another case to do. Longview awaits. Let's go!